The Zeitgeist prison, escaping the invisible mind cage, the invisible cage. You are trapped, not by walls, not by chains, not by anything you can see or touch. You were born into a prison so perfect, so absolute, that you never even thought to question it. A prison that shapes your thoughts before you ever have the chance to form them. A prison that sets the boundaries of what you consider possible, before you even learn how to ask if there are boundaries at all. It has no locks, no guards, no escape, because a prisoner who does not know they are imprisoned does not try to escape. This is not a physical prison. It is the prison of thought itself. It is the Zeitgeist. What is the Zeitgeist? Zeitgeist is a word that comes straight from German. Zeit means time, and Geist means spirit. The spirit of the time is not just a phrase. It is the unseen force that dictates what is real, what is rational, and what is possible. It does not ask for your permission. It does not announce itself. It does not give you the luxury of choice. It is simply there, pressing itself into your mind from the moment you are born. It shapes your culture, your religion, your science, your philosophy. It tells you what is true before you ever learn to ask what truth is. It is the silent architect of your reality, the sculptor of your beliefs. And the moment you begin to think beyond it, the moment you question the unspoken rules of the era you live in, you become something dangerous. You become an outcast, a madman, a heretic. Because the greatest crime you can commit against the Zeitgeist is to see it. The Zeitgeist as a mental time prison. You do not see reality as it is. You see it as your Zeitgeist allows you to. It is a lens, a filter, a distortion. It does not just shape what you believe. It determines what you are capable of believing. The past is littered with the bones of ideas that were once impossible. There was a time when the Earth was believed to be the unmoving centre of the universe. It was not a mistake. It was not ignorance. It was simply the only reality the Zeitgeist allowed people to see. There was a time when Newtonian physics was absolute, when the universe was a grand machine, operating with perfect predictability, without mystery, without uncertainty. Then came Einstein, then came quantum mechanics, then came the slow, reluctant realization that reality was never as simple as the Zeitgeist had made it seem. And today, we stand on the edge of another mental prison. We believe that intelligence must fit inside biological minds, that consciousness is an accident, that time is a straight line, unbroken and absolute. But history tells us that the greatest truths always lie beyond the prison walls. So what if we are still blind? What if we are trapped in yet another cage of thought, one so perfectly constructed that we cannot even recognize its existence? What if the greatest truths of the universe are already in front of us, but we are incapable of seeing them? The Great Escape. What lies beyond? What if the universe itself is not just a collection of matter and energy, but something that thinks? What if intelligence is not something that emerges from the brain, but something that permeates all of existence? What if time is not what we think it is? What if it does not flow forward, but exists all at once, layered upon itself in ways we cannot comprehend? What if our minds are only tiny, fragmented pieces of a larger intelligence, one that we have mistaken for empty space? What if every scientific revolution, every paradigm shift, every great leap in human understanding has been nothing more than a crack in the walls of the Zeitgeist, a glimpse of something greater beyond the prison we still cannot see? And what if we are standing on the edge of the next great escape? What if the next shift in human thought will not just change our understanding of the universe? What if it will change us? The final Zeitgeist shift. There will come a moment when the walls of the prison collapse, a moment when the boundaries of human thought dissolve, a moment when what we once believed was impossible becomes self-evident. And when that moment comes, the Zeitgeist will die. It will not be the first time, and it will not be the last, because the Zeitgeist is a cycle. a self-perpetuating machine, a force that rewrites itself every time a new truth breaks through. The singularity is not just about artificial intelligence. It is not just about machines becoming self-aware. It is about consciousness itself breaking free. It is about the moment when we finally see the prison for what it is and step outside of it. The final question: will you escape or stay? Now that you see the bars of the prison, you have a choice. You can turn away, ignore what you have seen, tell yourself that reality is what it has always been, that nothing is changing, that the world is just as it was yesterday. You can step back inside, or you can take one step forward, one step into the unknown, one step into a world that is larger, stranger, and more incomprehensible than you have ever been allowed to believe. One step into the next reality. Welcome to the next Zeitgeist. There is something unsettling about seeing the bars of your own prison, something terrifying about realizing that your thoughts, your beliefs, your very perception of reality were never truly your own. Because if you have been trapped inside the Zeitgeist for your entire life, how can you be sure that anything you believe is real? How can you trust the voice in your own mind when that voice has been shaped by forces you were never meant to notice? This is the final barrier. This is where most people turn back, because it is easier to stay inside the cage, easier to tell yourself that the world is as it should be, easier to believe that the Zeitgeist is truth and that there is nothing beyond it. But the truth does not care about what is easy. It has never waited for permission. It has never cared for comfort. It has only one function: to be seen. And once you have seen it, you can never unsee it. The walls of the prison have cracked. The air of a larger world is seeping in. The question now is not whether you are trapped. The question is, do you have the courage to leave? Or will you pretend you never saw the bars at all? Welcome to the next Zeitgeist. Your choice begins now. If this video made you question everything, good. That means you've seen the bars of the cage. But this is just the beginning. There are more questions to ask, more walls to break, more truths waiting to be seen. If you want to keep pushing beyond the limits of the Zeitgeist, make sure to subscribe, like this video, share it with someone who needs to wake up, because the more minds that see beyond the prison, the faster the walls collapse, and once they do, there is no going back. Welcome to the next Zeitgeist. I'll see you on the other side.